Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my purpose driven family. It's a lovely day. It's a wonderful day, and it is a pleasure to see each and every one of you on another Wednesday. It's just a great, spectacular week, a week of promise, a week of just being alive and well. It's just a pleasure to see each and every one of you today. And as I share this, I have a great topic for you guys. And we're going to talk about self awareness. But I'm going to share this with you guys in just a second so we can all tune in and talk about what does self awareness mean to each and every one of us. Now, that's a big topic. This is February, the month of February, the month of love, the love month. Yes, it is. So, we get a chance to just share love and what it means to each and every one of us. Share love, show love, and get to know what love is if we don't know what it is. So, yes, how have you all been? I hope you all have been spectacular. I hope that your week is just like fantastic. I hope that you all, have a great day at work. I hope that your evening is just spectacular, you know? So I want to talk about self awareness. And when you get this, I want you to get a chance to tune in and share it with your friends so that they can know what's going on. But it's always a pleasure to see each and every one of you, to be able to talk to you guys, because you all are my family. You really are. So I want to say, let's talk about self awareness. So I was looking up the term, what does self awareness mean, and how is this topic important? Self awareness is really important. We talk about the selfless love, we talk about the selfless duties that we do, and it's very important. But how many of you have been just going throughout the week, going to your job, taking care of your kids? How many of you have just been busy throughout the week and just been feeling kind of burnt out because you have so much on your plate to do? And most of us have capes or hats of many colors. We have so many things that we got to do. Some of us are parents. Some of us have a job that we have to do. Some of us have family that we have to take care of. Some of us have a business, a job, and everything that we got going on. And as the week go by, or even at the end of the day, we feel ourselves being burnt out or maybe even drained from different things that's going on throughout our life journey. So I want to talk about self-awareness because it's very important to be able to take care of one's self, because at times when you don't take the time out to take care of yourself, you're going to be burnt out, your energy is going to be gone, and you're going to feel old before your time. I know you have a business. I know you have work. I know you have different things that you got going on. But if you don't take time out for yourself, you're going to be worn out. And when you don't take time out to refuel yourself and get the energy that you put out, nothing from nothing leaves nothing. So, what can you give to anybody else if you don't have nothing being restored within yourself? And I be talking to my mom, and I be talking to like my brothers, my siblings, and we all talk about how we have to take care of our body because most of us, me and my siblings, we're in our 30s. We're getting up there in age, and I said I got to the point where I'm starting to feel it a little bit. I'm not even gonna lie, and I make this joke, and I say, man, this winter weather and my knees is just not getting along. Like I gotta get something has to change within my diet. Something has to change within my daily routine because there's no way that I should be out of energy or feeling the pains that I feel right now at my age. So I begin to say, like, man, I know that I do a lot, but I got to take care of me. And it's not selfish to take care of you because if you don't take care of you, you ain't going to be good to nobody else. Meaning you're not going to be able to continue that business with the strength that you need. Meaning you're not even going to be able to be good to be able to function at the end of the day because you've done so much within yourself. So it's okay to take care of yourself. Now, I looked up the term self awareness. I'm going to give you guys a definition. And self awareness means a conscious knowledge of one's own character, feelings, motives, and desires. So, wow. Like sometimes we may Good morning, KBZ. How are you? I hope that you're having a good day. So, what does the term self-awareness mean to you guys? Do you think that it's selfish to put yourself first at times? What do you think? What do you think about that? You can put that in the comment. What does self-awareness mean to you? But I think that it's really sometimes I don't think that it's a selfish act to think about yourself, because at times, like I said, you need that energy to be able to refuse and revitalize yourself so that you can make it throughout the day, and stuff like that. You really need to take care of yourself. And I was thinking about it's very important. The weather is changing, it's unpredictable. A lot has been going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm just like, this weather is feeling really different. Like the atmosphere is so different, and I can see the weather, because as we travel, we be in cold weather, hot weather, all at one time. And I notice that sometimes we can feel sick more than often because we're doing so much. We're doing so much, and we're traveling. So at the end of the day, I had to sit back and say, man, I really need to change the way I operate, change the way I do things within my diet, because I'm not going to lie, I love sweets. Yes, I do. I love sweets and stuff like that. So sometimes I have to cut back on the things that I do so that my mind could be right. Because oftentimes, when your body is off balance, your mind is off balance, and everything becomes dysfunctional when everything is not on point. So I encourage some of you that's been working hard, and some of you that's doing a lot. If you can take at least about 3 days, I was going to say a week, but that might be a stretch. Take about 3 days to just take care of you. Even if you have the chance to go by yourself, go out, go to a spa, go to different, get a massage, do some self care at home. Look up some self care activities, what you can do for yourself, so that you can get the strength that you need again, because we all need it. We're not a Superman, we're not a Superwoman. I know we try to be, and I know that a lot of you have a lot of people relying on you. But it's vitally important to take care of yourself. It's a lot going on where you're going to need that energy. It's a lot going on where you're going to need that strength. It's a lot going on where you're just going to need to revitalize yourself again. And oftentimes, yes, KBC, positive energy. Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. I try to have positive energy over here because it's vitally important. And I love you guys for real. And I want to see you guys make it. I want to see you guys walk into your purpose, like for real. I really want to see you do it. But oftentimes, when your body is off balance, you become, some of us deal with mood swings. And if you're dealing with mood swings, it's your body telling you to get back on track. If you're dealing with, different thoughts and things like that, it's your body screaming and telling you that you got to get back on track. You have to pay attention to it. And those of us that's in our 30s, some of y'all in y'all 40s, some of y'all in y'all 50s, I'm telling you, we going through different changes in our life. And this is a new day and a new time and a different season where the weather is unpredictable. Everything is unpredictable. So we got to be on point and take care of ourselves. We can no longer go about our day and do what we used to do when we was younger. We had a lot of energy when we was younger too, right? So that's how come we was able to do it. But those of us, I can speak for myself, I'm starting to feel it in my knees and stuff like that. So I know I got to get my body on point. Now that we was talking about self-awareness with our physical body, we're going to talk about self-awareness when it comes to personally. Because oftentimes, some of us would get into a relationship. Some of us just wants a partner so that we won't be lonely. Some of us want a partner to have a partner so that we can feel complete. And I want you guys to know that a partner can never make you feel complete. If you don't feel complete on your own, if you don't feel complete on your own, look at my mic acting up, then you're going to always rely on somebody to tell you who you are as a person in general. And that's not right. But if you don't, I've learned within my life that I've learned to just take myself out. I've learn to experience life on my own and learn to just love life in general. I've learned to face my lonely days. I've learned to face my lonely days. And I'm not even gonna lie, it's one of the hardest things that I had to do, because someone like me, I've always said from when I was younger, and my siblings can attest to this, that I call myself a hopeless romantic, which means I think about family. I think about having that white picket fence. I think about living in the countryside. I think about love and all that. I can write a romance novel. Like that's what I think about. But what I realized when I experienced a lot of broken relationships is because it's something within me. So I kept facing these broken relationships because it's something that I had to look within myself. I was not aware of who I was or who I am as a person in general. So I allow others to identify who I am and I accepted it because I didn't know who I was as a person. So during the time when this last broken relationship, during the time that I was actually in a broken relationship and it didn't work out, I had that time to sit back and say, Amy, who are you as a person? What do you like to do on your own? Like what is it that you like in general? And as I began to sit back and actually think about it, I began to just like, man, Amy, I like to go out. I like to get my nails done. I like art. I like poetry. I like things like that. And I was able to enjoy it on my own. I can go to dinner by myself and I'm okay. I was aware who I was as a person, and oftentimes when I was relying on people to define who I was or am as a person, I oftentimes will project myself as being shy. But I just call it a persona that's not real, meaning I was afraid to show who I was as a person. I wasn't really direct. I was afraid of people's opinion. But now that I have, I'm just like, that's not who I am. And I became unhappy and I became this person that I really wasn't. But once I sat back and realized who I was able to talk to other people and I was able to tell them about my experience. I was able to be who I was and be happy regardless of worrying about who said this or who said that, or who believes what. I was able to be aware of myself, you know? And then once I was able to be aware of myself, I was able to be actually a good friend to other people as well, you know? So that's what it was. I was able to be aware, be a good friend to other people once I knew who I was in general, and once I knew who I am as a woman, I'm able to actually testify or tell people about my experience so that they can come out of their experience as well. I know y'all guys hear my son in the background. He's watching TV, so y'all got to excuse him. But I was able to actually talk to other people about my experience without being afraid, without letting fear silence me. So self awareness is really important. You have to know who you are. Also, with self awareness, you have to realize your flaws because oftentimes we can overlook our flaws and just we can say it's the other person, or when we come in broken relationships, we can say that it's the other person's fault. We could put the blame on the other person. We could say it's always them, or we can always say that other people disappoint us. We can always say it's this person, that person, and that person. But while you're pointing the finger at other people, what have you recognized about yourself? How have you became bitter? How have you became broken? What's going on with you? Going on in your mind? What can you change about yourself to be a better person for other people? Because I realized in my broken relationship, I realized even in my divorce, it's some things that I could have done better in general as a woman. There's some things that I could have done. There's some things that I had to get rid of my selfish ways. I had to stop being so selfish, and I had to stop worrying about what makes Amy happy. What about me? What about me? And I had to make the sacrifice of what about us in general. What am I going to do to make sure that my family is okay? And it took a lot of brokenness in order for me to be whole. It took a lot of brokenness for me to be whole in general. And I was aware of my flaws. And I was like, man, sometimes I have to be patient. I said, man, sometimes I have to listen. Man, sometimes I have to empathize with the other person and see what's going on with them without sometimes I have to listen without responding too. Sometimes you got to listen just to listen. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not looking for a response. Sometimes some people are looking for a listening ear in general. So I just want to say, if you're not aware of yourself as a person, then you will continue to allow others to identify who you are. They're going to give you this identity. And then when you're with this person, they say you're this. You're with that person, they say you're this. And you have all these different personalities, all these different identities because you're not aware of who you are in general as a person. And that's like a freak. Honestly, all these different personalities, you don't know who you are, you become a freak. You know what I'm saying? So take the time out. If you're alone, if you're in a stage of being alone, whether you're single, whether you're alone in general, whether if you don't have family around, take that time out to take some self awareness. Take that time out to, if you like to write poetry, I do. If you like to write a book, do that. Think about your creativities. You know, sometimes you have to have that alone time so that you can talk to God as well. Sometimes he will isolate us so that we can have that one-on-one time, because oftentimes some of us have said, I'm so busy doing this, I'm so busy doing that, I don't have time. But now he's making time for you. He allow you to be alone so that it won't be any excuse as to why you can't talk to him. Because when you put God first and everything that you do, then he'll provide for whatever it is that you need. So be aware of yourself. Love yourself. Don't be afraid to love yourself. Don't be afraid to stand up and stand out and recognize who you are as a person in general. You know what I'm saying? Once you recognize who you are as a person in general, and you will flourish and your light will shine because you know who you are. And when you let your light shine, you unknowingly allow others to let theirs shine as well. You know what I'm saying? So be a light. Be a light in this dark world. Be a light in this dark world. Things can get hard. It does get lonely. It can get frustrating, but do it anyway because you're going to see phenomenal results in the end. But as I don't let your dreams die. Don't let your purpose die. Walk into your purpose, because if you don't walk into your purpose, the next generation will, as I said before. And the next generation is willing to do it. They willing. They anxious. But do what God asks you to do in general. Do your assignment. Do what you're supposed to do in general. And I'm telling you, you will be happy. You will be happy. And I'm not going to stay before you guys long. I just want you to know who you are in general. And I thank you guys for tuning into the Purpose Driven Inspiration. I just wanted to leave a short nugget with each and every one of you to be aware of oneself, self awareness. So I hope you guys can enjoy your Wednesday. I don't know if it's Wednesday night, Wednesday evening, or Wednesday morning or afternoon, wherever you are. Enjoy your day. And I love you with the love of Christ. Have a blessed day.